And it was so cold in those buildings because they had the AC pumped all the way up that I would get in my car to drive back to my apartment and I wouldn't even turn on the air conditioning. Roll the windows down, and just drive home in the hot car so I could try to feel, baseline, I guess.
All right. Well, let's just intro the show then. It's Hoot and Review. I'm Jared.
I'm Jenna.
And there's that.
There's that.
Susan.
It's hot outside.
It is hot outside.
What really matters is what you like, not what you are like. Books, records, films, these things matter. Call me shallow. It's the fucking truth.
Yeah, well, like I was saying, we had a nicer May than I've seen in a while. We had a bunch of stuff in the 80s and 70s even, and Unseasonably Cool was being thrown around, and at the time I remember thinking we're just going to get fucked in
slammed.
Summer. Yeah.
Here we are in June.
And yeah.
I was traveling a lot in May, so I didn't really even get to enjoy the air quotes unseasonably cool.
It was really nice, actually. Yeah, I got to take a lot of nice runs in the afternoon and be outdoors some more. It was great, but yeah.
Did you go to Sebadoh the other night?
I skipped out on it. I had been out Friday and Saturday night, and I was like, I need to hang out at home. I had some work that needed to get done and podcasts to post, and I heard they were great, though.
I heard they did an in-store at Zia beforehand, so
I missed that, too.
I missed it also, but I was thinking, damn, it's so hot for a band to be loading in and out. Two locations in one day.
I'm sure they're used to it, though. They play here a fair amount.
Yeah.
And I had just seen Lou Barlow at a house show a couple months back, so
yeah,
and I've also seen Sebadoh probably 3-4 times live, so I was like, I can miss this one. That's fine. They'll be back at some point.
I bet it was good though.
Dinosaur Jr. is going to be playing here later in the year too. Which Lou's part of that too.
Yeah.
So.
I won't miss that. I hope it's not at Van Buren again though, because that venue feels too big.
You know what? Were you there for them when they were there last time? It seemed like it was pretty full. I wish I'd had earplugs at that one.
Oh, yeah, always. With Dinosaur Jr.
Yeah, I guess I had. And I'd seen them live before, and I should have known better anyway. But it was, when you've got Jay's wall of
amps.
Yeah, it's kind of tough. And I guess my ears are just getting old, too. They take longer to recover.
Yeah. It's so funny the next day. You feel like you're, I don't know, like you have them plugged with water or something.
Yeah. I've only listened to the new Sebadoh once, and I have mixed reviews of it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's good. Not many standout songs.
I when you've got that sort of split where you've got two songwriters basically, and they always throw the drummer a bone. So it feels like there's a lot. Like I think it's probably 15 tracks or so, and it feels like it could have been a solid 10.
Oh yeah. Okay, it's a little overkill sometimes.
Sometimes, and I prefer Lou Barlow's songwriting consistently to Jason Lowenstein's, and I don't know.
I see.
So it was all right. I'll have to listen to it again. Sometimes you listen to something once, but I've been listening to a lot of old music lately. Old, I mean, like not new stuff, because I've been making all sorts of mixes and so forth.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
What's this? You're making one for your new lady.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and that's, yeah. I was saying this on the limited engagement intro this week, but it's been a while since I've been listening to music with at that early stage of a relationship.
Right.
And I forget how you're like, or at least I am, listening with an ear for like, oh, that makes me think of, so-and-so and all that kind of thing. And it's like, that's the goal, right? Is to never lose that feeling. And it just always goes.
Well, I don't know. I have a really good friend, my friend Carlos, and we've made each other's mixes since we were like 19.
Yeah.
So.
Well, there's a difference. I make mixes for people all the time, but there's a difference. There's like, I don't know. That's always, I think probably mixtapes were my love language.
Oh, yeah.
So, it's like, that was where, I don't know. Because I was such an introvert. I'm much less so now, but I was so introverted that I was like, this tape is going to say everything I'm feeling, when I was 13, 14 years old.
If only she can read between the lines.
Exactly. Right. Yep. And of course I've learned that this is not the case, but, I don't know. There's still that connection to it. So I have that kind of connotation, I guess.
That's good. I'm behind a lot of my friends in discovering new bands and new music. So I almost feel like it's not worth me making the mixes anymore because there's not going to be any revelations.
I think I end up, because of limited engagement, I end up discovering more new stuff.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you do.
Of people either approaching me to interview them or, whether that's local stuff or record company stuff. So.
How many episodes of limited engagement do you have? Hundreds, right?
I just posted the 117th episode.
That's amazing. That's cool.
Yeah, I just keep at it, I guess. I don't know. It's weird. I started putting some numbers together because I actually have a company interested in buying an ad. And all it's making me think about is that I need to get better at actually marketing the shows.
Oh, yeah, I could help you. I could try to be better about that too.
Yeah, we don't do any social media for this show at all.
Yeah, we should.
I try to remember. Like I just posted the Hoot and Waddle that has links to all of the episodes that I posted this week. But it's hard enough to keep up on the Instagram stuff. And thankfully, like if you wanted to take over the Hoot and Waddle Instagram, that would be great. Because the only reason What the Fork has any Instagram presence is because of Jason Kyle.
Oh yeah, that'd be fine. Instagram's the only social media that I actually look at every day. So. Like I was really seriously contemplating deleting my Twitter.
Yeah.
But then I made some stuff recently. So I was like, oh, if I still have any followers on Twitter, I'm going to post this on Twitter and I'll see if anybody links or follows or listens or views. So I'm in a mode right now where I want to generate more media.
Sure.
So I'm going to be writing more and producing things. And so, so the Twitter account's going to stay for now.
Okay.
Because if I'm generating things, I want people to watch them and share them and like them.
It's hard to get traction with that sort of thing because I don't feel like just following a whole bunch of people. I really only want to follow the stuff that I'm interested in reading and so forth. Here. And that seems to be the main tactic for people is to just follow a ton of people and hope to get followed back.
I see that because I get these requests from totally random people, but also like businesses. And I'm like, well, why would they? Oh, I see. There's some like remote interest. Like I posted something related to travel or like I was just in Italy, right?
Yeah.
And so all these new followers popped up and they're travel agencies or like a hotel chain or something. So they must be employing that tactic that you're describing.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah. But so. I don't know. It's like a lot of these accounts are my personal accounts. They're not, I don't know if I had some kind of a.
Well, I mean, the limited engagement one became my personal one. I don't use my personal one that's under my own name anymore. I think I might have deleted it, but it's I pretty much almost never post on Facebook these days. It's very rare. I don't think about it. I don't really like Facebook much.
I don't either.
And Instagram, I try to remember to do stuff, but Twitter, it's just like, if something kind of like funny or something pops in my head, I'll just post a quick note, and that seems to end up being my currently favored mode of social media. But
yeah, I was in El Paso last week, and I was doing multimedia workshops training. I mean, it's training for me to be a better instructor and teach students in like Adobe Premiere and whatnot. But one of the presentations we attended was on analytics, and it was at the El Paso Times. So we're thinking about the way that newspapers, media, publications use analytics to try to gauge their audience. And what I kind of walked away from is it's still not a perfect science. There's a lot of guesswork that goes into even analyzing the analytics, whatever you get back. And it's like, I don't know, BuzzFeed seemed to have such a good formula with those catchy headlines they were writing clickbait for a while. And then a lot of people are starting to ignore BuzzFeed now.
Gotcha.
And it's like, I don't know how you can even make predictions because the turnover just seems so rampant.
Yeah.
With anything that's online or social media or even apps based. Right. So, yeah, but I think I'm going to try to pay attention to my presence online and push things out more often because it seems pointless to be generating things in a vacuum.
This is true. Well, and it's yeah.
We've been at this podcast for over a year, almost a year and a half.
Yeah. And
I still have friends who don't know that I have a podcast. Like I was wearing the little pin on my blazer and somebody was like, "What's Hoot and Review?" It's my podcast that my friend Jared and I post every other week.
If your friends don't know that you have a podcast, you might want to get that.
Yeah, that makes me kind of sad.
That might increase our audience. But yeah, I need to get, I think I have this outdated idea of like, I don't want to bug somebody. Like I feel weird about posting and reposting something, but it seems like I notice, people, acquaintances and friends and so forth that, like Ed Masley will repost his stuff all the time. And yeah, it's got to be how people notice it because I'll be like, oh, and then not have seen it originally. And,
right.
So it's got to just be that, it's, I got to get in the habit of being like, I'm not actually bugging people because they probably don't even see it the first time that I post it. And then just, not worry about the fact that I've posted about the same episode 5 times.
Yes,
or something.
Jared, give yourself permission to repost.
Apparently. That's, yeah.
Although, on the other side of that coin, I have definitely unfollowed people because they'll do 2 or 3 or 4 things about themselves in the same day. And I'm like, okay, that's overkill. And I know this has got to be part of the algorithm. It's got to be that the same people you follow and like the most are the ones that appear at the top of your feed, right?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think, okay, who's my friend that I really like and care about that I haven't thought about for a while? And I'll go search for them and then like their stuff because I want them to pop up again at the top of the feed. But
I'm not that conscious of it. I just will like swipe through for a while until I get tired and bored of that, and then I'm done.
Right.
And that usually lasts about 5 minutes or so.
Oh, you are maybe better than me because if I can't sleep, I'll be up sometimes drinking red wine and just going through everything.
I try really hard to stay off social media when I'm drunk because I do not want to have to think about what the fuck did I say.
What'd you leave behind? I know sometimes you get the notifications the next day and you're like, I said what?
Yeah. Whoops. Yeah.
Take down, delete.
Yeah.
Edit, revise.
Thankfully, I've managed to stay out of that for the most part.
Good. I mean, I should be better. But again, this is part of the midway through the New Year's resolution where I'm going to be more mindful of the ways that I use social media. Yeah.
Let me know how it works out. Because that's one of the first things that I'm looking for Hoot and Waddle in general is that I need somebody else to do the social media. I am not good at it.
You don't want to be on top of it all the time. I asked my students, and maybe I've brought this up before, what apps or social media they're using the most. I was like, do you even look at Facebook? They're like, no. I'm like, is that just a thing your parents use? They're like, yes. So there's definitely the demographics vary by generation. So, where you're in your mid-30s still, I'm pushing 40. People my age, we're on Facebook, but now I think a lot of us are moving away from it.
Sure.
In Instagram, I think, kind of has a slightly older